Neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours with a little understanding. You can find the perfect blend. Neighbours should be there for one another. That's when good neighbours become good friends.
Who'd like a cup of tea?
Mum, didn't you hear what Grandad
Oh,
said?
yes, I heard, but I don't believe a word of it. Your grandfather has a talent for dangling a carrot just before he delivers a lecture. I'm sure he's going to tell me to keep my mouth shut, my shoulder to the wheel and my nose to the grindstone.
Not a pretty picture.
What do you really mean, Grandad, about making Auntie Madge a wealthy woman?
What I said. But as she's obviously not interested...
But she is, aren't you, Mum?
In a word, no.
Well, I was under the impression you were short of cash.
I wouldn't be short of cash if you told that rotten son of yours to pay me the money he owes me for the house, instead of giving it back in dribs and drabs.
Is that it? Has Dad come up with the money?
It's got nothing to do with your father. This is a letter from your Aunt Maud.
She's dead.
I know she's dead, son. She wrote this on her deathbed.
Is it her will?
This is her will. This is a letter to your mother. Do you want to read it, Maggie?
Trust her to have the last word, even on her deathbed. No, you read it. It sounds more like her coming from you.
The way Mum's carrying on, Aunt Maud sounds like a real dragon.
Yeah, I never met her, but the old man was scared stiff of her.
My dear Madge, as you are aware, I have never really approved of you and your wild ways.
Wild ways, Mum.
Your great-aunt Maud was a very narrow-minded woman.
You are fortunate I have been able to find it in my heart to forget the disgraceful incident with that green frog.
Oh, trust her to remember that damn green frog. That was 30 years ago.
What did you do with that green frog, Auntie Madge?
Well,
She hid it in Aunt Maud's nightie, and the screams could be heard for miles around.
Oh, shut up, Charlene.
Can I continue? You may remember how I warned you against marrying that no-hoper Fred Mitchell. As usual, I have been proved right. He left you for a young woman, and from what I hear, your 2 children aren't anything to write home about. Charlene obviously takes after you, and Henry after his father.
That does it. Dad, you can tear that letter up.
Max and Tom have both grown into fine Ramsay men
Oh, and she must have gone senile.
and are obviously financially secure. For this reason, and also because you are my only niece, I am asking your father, Daniel, to decide if you deserve a legacy from me. Till we meet again, your dear departed Aunt Maud.
Does that mean she's left Auntie Madge some money?
How much?
It could be a lot of money. It could be none. It all depends
Depends on what?
on whether I think it would be better spent as a memorial to the dear old lady. Some sort of set-up at a university, a foundation. Yeah, why not?
What kind of a memorial could you get for a few dollars?
Who's talking about a few dollars? We're talking about thousands.
How many thousands?
50.
Scott!
Mrs. Mangle, you scared me.
Why should I scare you?
Well, I didn't hear you coming, that's all.
How's your grandmother?
Yeah, well, she's okay, thanks. She's having a bit of a rest, actually.
Oh, I wanted a word with her.
Yeah, well, I think it'd be best if you left it for a while, Mrs. Mangle. She did have a pretty rough time with that loony guy.
It's about that loony that I wanted to talk to her about. He also convinced me that he was a clergyman. I can understand your grandmother being taken in by him. Did he, by any chance, mention anything about me?
Why should he?
Well, it's just that, well, I took the man at face value as a clergyman, and I confided certain things, as one would to a spiritual advisor, personal things.
Look, relax, Mrs. Mangle. I don't even think the guy's going to remember talking to you, to be honest.
Oh, I hope not.
Tell him about what happened to Mr. Mangle?
I might have known. How dare you creep up and listen into a private conversation?
Well, I didn't know it was private. You were talking loud
I
enough.
don't know what the street is coming to. I really don't.
Kelly, hi, Mrs. Mangle. Hi, Scott.
Hi, Dad.
Oh, Scott, would
Yeah.
you tell your grandmother that I'll see her when she's up and about?
Sure, no problems.
What's upset her this time?
I think she's confessed to some minister that she bumped off her old man and she's worried he'll squeal.
Well, don't go spreading that story around. We don't want you back in court facing slander charges.
Oh, yeah, that's right. How'd it go?
Got off. By the skin of the teeth. She's only got 200 hours community work to do. You've got to save time in jail, Scott. You coming in for lunch?
Yeah. Listen to that, anyone who thinks you wanted me to go to jail.
Yeah, well, you're lucky to get off so light. Such handbags like that, I don't know.
At least I didn't do anyone in like old Granny Mangle. Well, why don't you give her a lecture about bumping off her old man?
Auntie Madge, please, come and sit down. Let's talk about this.
There's nothing to talk about. He can take Aunt Maud's will and shove it up his jumper.
You're turning down $50,000.
Yes, I know.
Look, you read the will. All you have to do is prove that you deserve the money.
Oh, is that all? Can you imagine how impossible that's going to be? With an old goat like your grandfather acting as judge and jury?
You can see why Maud wasn't sure about her. You're, what's the word? Oh, not unstable, no, unreasonable.
Didn't you have to go out?
I do.
Then please go.
No, Grandad, stay. We should talk about this. Now, that will says that you have to decide if Mum gets the money or not, right?
There is no decision. Now, you can take your miserable $50,000 and give it to the university. That's what you want to do anyway.
Oh, Maggie, you've always misjudged me. I want you to have this money.
Then hand it over.
You know I can't do that. You read the will. I owe it to the family name to make sure that it's, what's the word?
Perpetuated.
Perpetuated in an honourable way. All Maud's asking is that you prove to me that she'd misjudged you all those years.
How's Auntie Madge supposed to do that?
By showing me a gentle and loving side to her nature. By, well, this week treating me with the respect that I deserve. Oh, goodness me, I'll be late for my appointment. Think about it, Maggie.
And don't call me Maggie.
Mum, you have to do it. We need the money.
We're not going to get that money. He wants it to go into a memorial foundation. Can't you see that? It's the Ramsay name's the only thing that matters. He's as bad as Max and Tom. He'll give me hell for a week and then hand it all over to some university or other.
Auntie Madge, we'll help you to be nice to him.
Yeah, but come on, Mum. Rams wants love and kindness for a week. We'll give him $50,000 worth.
I'll think about it.
Hi.
G'day.
Hey, did you get that job at the newsagents?
Someone beat me to it. Right. Leeways crossing. Your grandfather's got me freaked out. He reckons they're going to farm me, you know?
Oh, don't worry about Gramps. You're a good driver. Hey, who's the latest?
Charlene, please, the test is tomorrow, you know?
My great-aunt Maud might have left Mum some money in a will.
Yeah, that's great. Hey, listen, can you get your overalls on later and have a look at the engine while I rev it up, please?
Thanks a lot.
Hey, wait. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry, okay? And it's great about your Aunt Maud. I just think she's blown a gasket, that's all.
Who, Aunt Maud?
No, the car.
I know. Of course I will.
Thanks. 3 minutes.
Next. Dan, what brings you here?
This visit is in confidence. You understand that?
Please, feel free to say anything you like.
Well, not that I think there's anything wrong with me. Not at all. It's just that, well, you medical people, you know, have these commercials and things advising people to, you know, check up if anything. Well, I didn't want to worry Edna, so I thought I'd talk to you about it while I was down here.
Why don't I make a few notes and then I'll give you a complete checkup?
Yeah, I'll find it. Right, but listen, isn't there anywhere besides an old people's home? Okay, relax, I'll be there. Can you believe it? I've got to do time at a flaming old people's home. Good.
You've been ripping off the elderly long enough. It's only fair you should start helping them a bit.
You call 200 hours a bit?
Maybe after 200 hours you'll grow to love them. Oh, Mrs. Mangle, hello.
May I come in?
Sure.
You young hooligan! How could you do such a dreadful thing to me?
You're talking to me?
Of course I am. And you know exactly what it is I'm talking to you about.
What is it now, Mrs. Mangle?
Graffiti all over my driveway, and she's responsible.
Did you do it, Kelly?
No. Honestly, I don't know what she's raving on about.
You barefaced little liar. Of course it was you.
Yeah, what am I supposed to have written?
The most awful insinuations about me and my husband.
Yeah, well, where is he anyway?
Once more, just once more, and I will call the police.
She'll come straight over to clean it off your driveway.
You taking her word against mine?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Mangle, it won't happen again.
I already told you, Daph, I didn't do it.
I don't believe you. Get a scrubbing brush and a bucket. Now!
Well, what's the verdict?
Well, I can't really give you that until we get the results of your blood test.
How long will that take?
A couple of days. Meanwhile, your blood pressure's up a bit. It wouldn't hurt to cut down on your salt intake.
I like salt.
Well, there's plenty of taste in food without dumping salt all over it. You should start eating bran for breakfast as well.
Horse fodder.
Of course, I could give you pills instead.
I never take pills.
Good. Then until we get the results, it's bran for breakfast and no salt.
Well, at least there doesn't seem to be much wrong with me.
I hope not. Still, it's always best to have these checkups just in case.
You do think there's something wrong, don't you? Well, come on, be honest now. I can take it. I'm as tough as a melly bull.
Look, the time to start panicking is when we get the test results. I'll admit, some of the symptoms you mentioned are a bit of a worry. Let's just wait and see, all right?
Well, I better be getting home for lunch.
Without salt.
Without salt.
I'll leave you to it then. See ya.
What the hell do you think you're doing? And you keep that thing turned down.
Oh, look, why don't you put your glasses on, Gran?
I don't talk to my grandfather like that.
Yeah, well, he walked straight into me.
Well, it doesn't give you the right to yell at him, so just belt up.
Just belt up.
Here, watch your tongue, young lady.
And why don't you just belt up too?
Oh,
You should just watch your
You're on
mouth.
your way out of the street.
It's got nothing to do with you, Robinson.
I'm going to talk to Daphne Clarke about you.
Oh, yeah, well, if you reckon you can give me the flick from Ramsay Street, think again.
Thanks a lot. It's all your fault.
Well, what did I do?
Now what?
Where are you, Daphne?
What's going on?
I want this young hooligan out of this house and out of the street.
Well, what's she done now?
Oh, but knock me over with that bucket, that's what.
You didn't.
No, I didn't. Look, he walked straight
If you
into
don't
me,
sort
Dad.
this out, I'll call the neighbours together to do it for you. The girl's a menace.
Look, it's not true, Daff. He walked straight into the bucket.
Now, you listen to me, Kelly. I've had you up to here. I've tried to stand by you, and you seem hell-bent on proving you're a lost cause.
I didn't hit him deliberately.
And I suppose you didn't deliberately write all the graffiti on Mrs. Mangle's driveway.
Okay, I did do that. Satisfied?
You can't go on with this sort of behaviour. Sooner or later, you're going to have to wake up
You
to yourself.
finished?
No, I am not.
Yeah, well, I am. I'm finished with you, and I'm finished with this street. With that lousy 200 hours work you dobbed me in for. I'm packing my gear and going, and don't you try and stop me.
Mrs. Mangle, would you consider seeing a psychiatrist?
Dr. Gibbons, all I need is a certificate for another week off work. You know how upset I am about my husband and that stupid girl with her graffiti. Oh, I wish I could get away for a week, away from it all.
Well, you said you had a sister in Queensland.
That's out of the question. I've got Jane to consider.
Helen might look after her for you.
No, thank you. Not with a young scut under the same roof, and Mac can shame Ramsay either side of her.
Well, what about if she stayed with Susan and myself? You know we'd look after her.
Oh, I couldn't impose.
It's no trouble, and I really do think you should get away for a while.
Well, I'm very grateful. It's just that if I agree, there would be certain stipulations.
What sort of stipulations?
Okay, I'm off. Would you want to check my gear or the room in case I pinch something?
I made you some lunch.
No, thanks. For once in your life, why don't you just sit down and shut up? Look, I know everyone has had a go at you and that you resent it, but some of us have really tried to help you. So, why don't you try opening up to people, Kelly? A lot of them are genuine.
Yeah, really wonderful human beings, just like my mum.
So you got kicked out. There's a lot of other people who haven't had it easy. Take a look at Mike. My father never hit me or anything. We just used to have rows all the time. Terrible rows. He always said I was to blame. I guess he was right. Then one night I killed him. I didn't mean to. We were having a fight over something stupid that I'd done. He was yelling and swearing at me. Then he started gasping and holding his chest. He died. The funeral, Mum just stared at me. She blamed me for Dad's death. She hardly ever spoke to me after that. Even when I started getting into real trouble, shoplifting and stuff. She'd just turn away if I tried to talk to her about it. Got so bad with me getting into worse trouble, I told her I was leaving. She just nodded. She was glad I was going. So that's what really happened. I tell people they kicked me out and that work killed my father, but it was all my fault. Because I always let down the people who try to help me.
The only person you're letting down in all of this is yourself.
Yeah. The last thing Dad yelled at me was that I was a no-hoper. He was right, wasn't he?
No! He was wrong. And you're wrong to blame yourself for what happened.
I try to tell myself that. Just keep seeing it happening over and over. Dad, what am I going to do?
What are you going to do? Just eat your lunch. Forget about running away again.
All that yelling. I thought someone was being killed out there.
Kids. In my day, we respected old people.
Well, Charlene said it was an accident.
Well, I'm the one who got hit. I ought to know whether it was deliberate or not. Anyway, it's the least of my worries.
Dad, about Aunt Maud's will. I really do need that money.
Well, you know Maud's conditions. You can't blame her for wanting to make sure you're no longer cackle-headed.
When was I ever cackle-headed?
Oh, come off it, girl. You know how Aunt Maud and I begged you to marry Harold Bishop.
Oh, no, not Harold Bishop again.
If you'd married him, you'd be in clover now.
You mean 6 feet under?
He's got one of the best stock and station agencies in the state. He's a smart man. Not like that drongo Fred Mitchell.
We all make mistakes, Dad.
Yes, but you've been making them all your life.
Dad, I will do my best to prove that I am worthy of Aunt Maud's money.
Well, good girl. Good girl.
You're okay, Grandad?
Oh, just a few bruises. That girl needs a good hiding.
I'm not talking about Kelly. You sick or something?
How do you know that?
Mrs. Mangle said she saw you at Clive's surgery.
What were you doing at Clive's surgery?
It's none of your business. And your grandmother mustn't be told one word of this, you understand? Not one word.